Hey guys, cool behind my back. I'm Rick.
Eric.
Aaron.
I'm Calvin.
We are back with Hunter x Hunter. Last time on.
The king
The king likes me.
has
You didn't have
returned.
Hisoka?
No, we didn't.
The king is alive, and Poof wants to kill Komugi before he gets there.
Yeah, we need,
Yep.
Yes.
we need the Rafiki line to
Yes.
pop up.
What, Rafiki line?
Yeah, when he's like, the king has returned.
Oh.
When he does
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Rafiki.
from the game. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
Not from the
game.
movie.
It's also from the movie.
Yeah.
You know, he does it
Yeah.
in the show.
There's a show.
There was a show.
There was a show.
Yeah.
Did he
Timon
say in
and
the
Pumbaa.
show?
I saw a thing saying like, hey, you think Dark Souls is hard? You must not have grown up with the Lion King game.
That was a hard game. I don't think I ever beat it.
I did beat it
Yeah?
when I was a kid.
My
Took me a
grandma
while.
had it.
Took me a while to beat that.
I never had it. It's my grandma.
The hardest thing was that boss battle at the end. Like you had to get Scar in just the right position to throw him off the ledge.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you couldn't just beat him and beat him. It's so hard. I died.
I always
a lot.
got stuck on that goddamn Hakuna Matata level. This giraffes were like, ooh, and I'd fall in the water.
That was a tough one.
Man, he's putting in a lot of work all over the place. Just crisis.
He's doing so much work
He is.
to fuck the king over.
You're just trying to get the king back to what he views the king should be,
Yeah.
rather than letting the king be who he is, and then following the king's orders. Which, I don't know. In some scenarios, I get it. In some scenarios, I don't. You know, like if the king is ruling and doing well, but then he starts going on a murderous rampage, and like that, you know, you get like the Mad King, whatever from Game of Thrones. Then in that
Sure,
scenario,
but he
you're like,
wants
no,
him to
king,
go
you
on
need
the
to be
murderous rampage.
who you're supposed to be, not who you are now. This isn't right, you know. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it depends on where you are in the scheme of things, right? His is like this is what the king should be: is taking people, turn them into ants, eating
Wants
them,
him to be
whatever.
the conqueror.
Yeah. So
Which he still might be, even after Komugi. Like, even when we knew him before, it still seemed like he wanted to rule over everything.
sure,
It was just whether
maybe
everything
he
was
forgets-
eliminated or not.
but having lost memories, what does that change or alter? You know, if a person has amnesia and stuff, are they?
I love the
Still
idea
never-
that Netero didn't kill the king, but he might have stopped the murderous.
He
Like
may have
Pirate
killed
King.
that part of the
Yeah.
king.
Which would be just as good, right?
Sure. Like, what if he doesn't want to do that? He wants to help humanity, and he becomes the next chairman.
That would be amazing.
You know what I mean? Like, there you go. It's a win-win.
Uh-huh.
Or they just take over, like, this country or whatever.
Man, I don't think he's gonna be like super nice, but it is gonna be different.
Well, he had that one thing where it's like, I just want honesty. I'm like, well, he could have killed him because he didn't like kill him. I feel like that's what he would have done before, right? If you didn't kill him, like he was very like vindictive or whatever, and
Well, like I mean,
Very hard line.
yeah,
before the fight, the king made that deal with Netero about the name. Like, all right, I hit you or you hit me or whatever. You tell me the name. Like he made a deal and followed through with it. You know,
and then Netero blew him up. Boom,
he totally did. Ripped at him, stopped his own heart.
dude. Just seeing like Poof like running around everywhere, like where? He's like those
just-
birds
it's just
from Nemo. It's like where?
Mine. It's just he's just in chaos and crisis
Yeah.
mode in like 1,000 different directions.
Like, the king is already there. And he's still trying to pull this shit.
I love when he came back and he's looking for Komugi and he's like, "Where is he over there?" No, they're talking to each other and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I know Kittle was playing too to find his true nature.
Mm-hmm.
We'll open this door.
Yeah. Two
You
clear
go
paths.
this way, then you're tracking the invisible foe.
Yeah, because
Come
you
to
didn't
me.
see it, right? You're
Yeah.
gonna assume they opened
Yeah.
it for a reason. You didn't see anything go in, and maybe it didn't go in.
But yeah, like Rick, what you were saying, like this one's invisible, this one you can't catch.
Yeah.
You know, it's fantastic.
And yeah, whichever way he decides to go, yeah,
Uh-huh.
it is. You're true. It's more safety net. Dude,
Discovering his motives without putting yourself in danger.
Melaron has just been holding his breath forever. Because every time we cut to him, he's just,
Melorion, yeah.
you know what I
He
mean? Like,
is.
it's just every time. I'm like, this boy needs to breathe. He's
Yeah.
gonna die.
I did actually have, you know, with this being the dirty bomb, I never really thought of it like the way that the king has like, you know, says like before the bomb and after the bomb and perspectives changing and stuff. Like, is that having any kind of commentary on like the Japanese perspective of this bomb?
I
You know, like we know how like Godzilla is like a response to, like, you know, the atom bomb. I wonder if there's anything to be said about the way the king is evolving both before and after.
It could be.
You know, I just don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I don't know. It's really going to depend, too, if, like, what we said before, too, if, like, well, Netero didn't kill the king, but he killed the evil part of the king.
Yeah.
It's like, well, now what are you saying about, like, the bomb blowing up and now you killed the bad, but you got the good still? I don't know. I don't know if that's...
I mean,
I feel like there's conflicting story beats within that, then, if that's what you're going
No,
for.
I definitely get you. I mean, it can be hard to try to like throw things in a good or bad box. You know,
Sure.
It's just changed. It's different.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, like
Well-
he's never going to be the same.
Yeah.
I don't want to like place like my own understanding of what happened or anything, but as I understand it, like part of the reparations or whatever you want to call it after the ceasefire and everything was like the Japanese emperor was made to address the people and admit to them that he was not like some kind of, to my understanding, some kind of deity or something to be worshipped. Maybe that's kind of in the same vein as what the king is experiencing here.
Yeah.
Like maybe he's not like the one to rule everyone.
It is always interesting
know.
trying to see if there's like some kind of like real world like ideas or ideals or what meanings behind like
True.
TV shows, cartoons,
Yeah.
whatever. Because like you're saying, like Godzilla had
Well,
its
especially one
meanings.
made in a different country than ours.
Sure, yeah. Godzilla has its meanings as to what it was. You know, at least not the American remake one, but
Sure.
like the original
Yeah.
one and stuff had
Yeah.
like meanings
That's
as
a
to
lot of fish.
why we're making it be not that one either, Eric.
Oh.
I meant the other one that
Yeah.
was like
Okay.
they just cut out all the like the bomb, you know. Like,
Different like political symbolism.
Yeah.
sure. Like sometimes I feel like people just make they're just making a show because they want to not focus on that kind of stuff. But then every once in a while too, even if that's what you're going for, especially on like TV shows, you have some real world stuff seep into there, and then you have some like meaning of like, well, here's what's going on. Let's kind of like talk about that a little bit in the show, but
Yeah.
maybe not head on, or maybe head on. You
Yeah.
know? There's a show Melanie watched where, like they're showing like COVID stuff happening through the show and whatnot, and they touch on like Asian hate, where like there's a little kid and this guy's like, hey, get off my property, you're gonna give me COVID, and like yelling at this little Asian boy, and like they touch on that like head on, not as drastic as like just people just beating up Asian people or anything, but they touch on it there and there, you know. And then at the very end, they're like, hey, and they have like a little thing like, here, call this number too if you want help support and whatnot. But sometimes they do that, sometimes they don't, you know. It just depends on what they're going for.
Yeah.
Dude, I really liked Killua's like, you know, we have his Godspeed and his fast stuff, but I loved his little like electric ring
Yeah.
that he did around Kamugi.
That was cool.
And he's like, if you walk in here, you're gonna
Yeah.
die, you know, and I'm gonna kill you.
So he's saying like because you're still made up of like a bunch of little things, I had to only destroy those ones, not you as a whole, or
Well,
a third.
You can still
You-
destroy the cells.
Yeah.
He was saying like because in the past when someone has punched Yuppie, like he's broken apart into smaller
Yeah.
portions, but he hasn't actually taken any damage. He can just reform himself.
Yeah.
Like what Killua is doing, he's actually destroying the
Yeah.
cells so that they can't reform.
Like he's
Burning
not.
on a molecular level.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's not targeting the guy. He's targeting each individual cell.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
so. And then like when he comes back together, he won't be able to be as big as what he would have been normally.
Yeah.
So, but I just love that he was just like, like
I know.
the
He
like
did it with his foot, didn't he?
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like there's like it's like a martial art thing where like you see people and they and they put their foot down, they bring it around like this, and I just imagine like him doing that, and then it goes all the way around, and now it's just an electrified circle.
I know. It's great.
Have you seen people drawing circles in the snow with their feet?
I don't.
It's kind of like that. It's incredible to watch.
Okay, I can draw a circle in the snow with lots of things.
I mean, how perfectly round it is, and how the circle is like perfectly concentric to where they're standing.
You could just stand in one spot and just spin and pee. You just make a circle.
I do wonder about like this version of the king, what he really, what his goal was going to be. I mean, he still hasn't regained the memory of Kamugi, but talking about like getting past the human ego, sidestepping humanity on the path of evolution, like, you know, when he talks about getting rid of the ego, because I would say that he had a pretty big ego. He had a pride about himself. Certainly, while he was learning to, I'm going to beat them at any game or whatever, So I do wonder what he's going to end up as. I don't think that he's going to die. I think he's going to be around. I think if he was going to die, it would have been then. During the...
Yeah.
I feel like the only way he dies is if, he kills himself out of sadness for Komugi.
Maybe. Yeah.
Or if
Komugi dies.
Knuckle punches him, gets APR on him, dies because he can't fight the king, and then years from now, he runs out of Nin because APR finally has built up enough interest.
By then,
That he has no power,
Earth is destroyed.
and he gets killed by a human, just a normal human. No
Yeah.
Nin, just
I really wish...
Oh, look at this insect!
ugh.
With a gun and kills him.
I really
Killed
wish
by
there
the
was
rookie
a...
crusher.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm okay with that. If the rookie guys kill the king, all right.
I wish there was a back end to his power where he could literally go to a bank and cash in the nin that he's collected and get money.
Yeah,
And then they could use that nin for something. Like security, I don't know.
dude, the thing that P2 had, no, UP had was my power was meant for the king, like his hand
Yeah?
did all that shit, and he also grew wings before. And
Yeah.
So now he just has what UP's power. I don't know.
It
if
reminds
he
me of
has,
Cell even more.
I wonder if he has
Powers of
Poof's
other people.
power. Can he split himself into pieces or
I say
anything?
he can.
Or
I'm going to say that he took it because he ate him.
do the dust
Maybe.
or something.
Yeah.
We've seen UP's power, but I just wonder if he has.
The one king was bad. And he splits into 12.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
12.
But he reduces his power.
12 lesser kings, but they're all as strong as the original king.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
And they fight each other.
I hope that doesn't happen.
It would make him even more like Cell. Like, you have to destroy everyone.
What if he battles with himself to what he doesn't know what he wants, and then because of Poof's power, he splits into two and has to fight himself. And that's the final battle we see, is the king on the Komugi side wanting to protect versus the king ant side, and they have to kill each other.
I love it. Except they don't actually fight, they just play the game.
They play Gungi.
One loses and kills himself.
The one that wants to protect Komugi, calls her in as, a second.
An advisor.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be a neat way of bringing in Poof's power, and also no one can defeat the king.
Yeah.
Except the king. You know,
Yeah.
it sounds like an anime idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
get you. See, it seems like he has that Komugi-shaped hole in his memory right now, but he described it as pain,
Yeah.
right? He
Yeah.
said, the pain won't cease. I just wonder what's gonna happen.
And he also
man.
said that something's missing,
Yeah.
which I like. He's he's starting to see a shadow of her.
Yeah.
There's something there.
He
I
doesn't-
can't tell what it is.
It doesn't feel right. He knows how he felt, or at least has that kind of shadow of a memory of how he felt, and I didn't feel this way.
Yeah.
It's like
He didn't really give a shit about these millions of people standing out there,
it's like when you have all of the memories around something traumatic, you know exactly what shape that hole is.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have any of the positive space
Yeah.
around that negative space, so he doesn't know exactly what shape it is. He can't pinpoint.
You know what it's like, Aaron?
Shaped hole.
It's like that chili that you made that one time, and you spent so much years of your life trying to remake it, but you just can tell something's wrong, something's different. It's not right. There's a hole.
I know what I did.
That's what that's like.
I'll never make it again. Not one chili.
You just use more beef, Aaron.
I used 5 pounds in that. Melanie's like, "Oh, hey, I got you beef for the chili." I'm like, "I know, I used it." She goes, "How much you use?" I'm like, "I used the beef." She goes, "It's 5 pounds." I'm like, "Yeah." It's you use all of it. I'm like, "Yeah." It was really good. It's good chili. Yeah, that's a secret. 5
But
pounds
it's
of
not
beef.
the chili that you wanted.
Yeah, I don't know.
What kind of beef was it, though?
I don't know.
Because maybe
Cow.
the fat content
It
was,
was-
what made it
yeah.
really good.
Grass-fed, corn-fed, marbled.
I don't know. It was in a plastic tube.
It was
You
one
know,
of
you
the
like put the
5
sausage
pound
in and they in
tubes
those things, but it was like a
at
5
Walmart.
pound.
Yeah.
Are you sure you didn't just make a school meatball at the end of it?
No, I put it in the thing and I tossed in spices and
I love the idea
tomato paste.
that something happened, your elbow hit something, that hit here, some spice fell out, went inside.
No, what
You
had
know?
happened is
It was all
I
that
was
cocaine.
I
That's
was-
what it was.
Powerpuff Girls.
it was the best I ever had.
I finished like 2 pounds of meat that night.
anymore. But no, I like.
Snorting chili.
It'd be terrible, wouldn't it? I had 2 recipes.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I like what this does. I like what this does. But I mixed them together somehow.
Yeah.
And made this chili.
You made the best chili.
But I
you've
don't
ever
know
made.
what recipes I initially started with that
Yeah.
mixed these together to make this thing.
You're just chasing that dragon.
Yeah. That's
Jason,
literally
that
what he's
Kamugi.
doing.
It was so good. I should have recorded what I put in there.
I'm sorry we ended this video on such a low note.
Yeah, now I'm so sad. I didn't want chili.
Guys, thank you very much for watching this episode of Hunter Hunter with us. Check out the next 4 reactions. 4! Over at patreon.com/blindwave. Make sure you are subscribed because you don't want to miss a new upload. And it's not just Hunter Hunter. We react to all kinds of things. All kinds of anime, all kinds of live action, all kinds of in between.